Have you ever wondered how a sprinkle of sustainability can breathe life into your fairy garden? Transforming your outdoor spaces into a magical, eco-friendly haven doesn't just support biodiversity, it can be a fun family project too. Picture creating a tiny paradise that also cares deeply for Mother Earth. Why not blend imagination with ecology in your gardening ventures? By incorporating elements like recycled materials and drought-resistant plants, you give a second life to resources and encourage water conservation. It's about crafting a charming retreat that promotes sustainability effortlessly. Let's make your fairy garden not just whimsical, but green at its core. Imagine your garden twinkling like a starlit sky with a solar-powered twinkle light canopy. This eco-friendly option not only saves on energy costs, but also reduces carbon footprint, turning garden dreams into a sustainable reality. However, it's crucial to position them where they receive ample sunlight during the day for optimal magic at night. Recycled glass bottles inject magical charm into sustainable fairy gardens, offering a brilliant way to repurpose waste. These glass sanctuaries sparkle in sunlight, turning everyday backyards into enchanting retreats. However, cutting glass requires serious care. Without proper tools and techniques, there's a real risk of injury. Smart, safe practices transform these throwaways into treasure troves of whimsy and light. Why settle for plain soil when you can use organic moss as a lush, green carpet in your fairy garden? Not only does it add a vibrant touch of nature, but it also retains moisture, reducing the need for frequent watering. However, it's crucial to maintain the right shade and dampness, as too much sun can dry the moss out. Be ready to spritz it occasionally to keep your fairy landscape thriving and visually appealing. Reimagine beachside treasures as fairyland fixtures. Driftwood, seasoned by sea and sun, offers a natural, eco-friendly option for crafting miniature benches and tables. Its unique twists and weathered textures lend an enchantive charm, perfect for a fairy garden tableau. While utterly captivating, working with driftwood requires careful selection to ensure durability. Avoid overly brittle pieces to maintain your whimsical setup. Imagine your fairy garden not just as a whimsical retreat, but also a source of your kitchen herbs. Planting miniature edible herbs like thyme, basil, and parsley can transform your charming nook into a practical, aromatic corner. It's delightful and functional, though keeping these tiny herbs thriving may need some regular attention and a bit of gardening skill. Who said old kitchen jars and broken pots should head to the trash? Transformed into whimsical fairy castles, these upcycled containers not only reduce waste, but also sprinkle a touch of magic in your garden. Picture small doorways and windows painted with leftover craft supplies, an enchanting, sustainable project that sparks joy and creativity. However, ensure the materials used are weather-resistant to maintain the charm year-round. Switching from plastic to natural clay for your fairy garden figurines is a clever move. Not only does clay offer an earthy charm that complements the natural surroundings, but it's also biodegradable, minimizing environmental impact. Though more fragile than plastic, these figurines inspire a connection to the natural world, promoting sustainable values with every whimsical setup. Glittering paths add magic to any fairy garden, but did you know that traditional glitter is a microplastic menace? Swap it out for biodegradable glitter. This eco-friendly alternative decomposes naturally, protecting our soil and waterways. While slightly more costly, the environmental savings make biodegradable glitter a bright idea worth considering. Transform your fairy garden into a whimsical eco-haven with cork and twine treehouses. These charming structures not only add enchantment, but are also environmentally friendly, utilizing biodegradable materials. Twine, when used for binding, creates a rustic aura, while cork's natural properties lend a lightweight yet sturdy foundation. This approach not only breathes life into your garden, but it also promotes sustainability. However, consider that cork may weather over time, requiring occasional replacement to keep your fairyland pristine. Consider adding a rainwater mini pond to your sustainable fairy garden, a charming feature that not only beautifies but enhances biodiversity. Easy to create, simply collect rainwater in a shallow, decorative basin. Not only does this provide a natural water source for tiny garden visitors like birds and insects, but it also reduces your reliance on tap water, cutting down on resource use. However, Positioning is critical. Place it under a runoff area to ensure consistent water supply without flooding the surrounding landscape. Incorporating seed paper into your fairy garden is both whimsical and beneficial. When your fairy-themed decorations begin to sprout and bloom, they add a dynamic element of surprise and sustainability. Just scatter the seed-laden paper cut in the shape of flowers or leaves, and over time, these tiny decorations transform into living plants, encouraging local biodiversity. But keep in mind, it requires patience and consistent watering. Nature's magic doesn't rush. Ever pondered a green twist on your fairy garden? Consider eco-friendly resin waterfalls, a chic yet sustainable option. Derived from natural sources, this resin supports biodiversity without contribute to plastic waste. While visually striking, the longevity of eco-resin might vary with exposure, a minuscule trade-off for its environmental friendliness. Reclaimed wood signposts bring a touch of whimsy and sustainability to any fairy garden. By reusing old wood, you're not only reducing waste, but also adding a story-rich element that complements the natural vibe. However, ensure the wood is untreated to avoid harmful chemicals leaching into your enchanted setup. This approach pairs environmental care with creative flair, making your fairy garden both charming and eco-friendly. Introducing bamboo wind chimes into your fairy garden not only adds a whimsical auditory element, but also underscores your commitment to sustainability. Bamboo, a rapidly renewable resource, naturally decomposes back into the earth, leaving minimal environmental impact. However, durability may be a concern in harsh weather conditions, so consider sheltered placements for these charming additions. Switching out plastic for charm, consider vintage teacup bird feeders, a chic, eco-friendly twist on welcoming feathered friends. Scour local thrift shops for mismatched teacups and saucers, then simply glue them together, hang with robust strings, and serve up some bird seed. They're not only delightful to look at, but also a wonderful nod to upcycling. Crafting handmade soy wax lanterns not only bathes your fairy garden in a soft, enchanting glow, but also champions sustainability. Soy wax is biodegradable and burns cleaner than paraffin, reducing soot emissions. Yet, they do require careful handling as they can be quite delicate. Infuse your garden with these magical, eco-friendly lights and watch as it transforms into a dazzling scene right at dusk. Consider using dried flower roof shingles for a whimsical eco-tweak on tiny homes in your fairy garden. Not only do these dried blossoms lend an enchanting, rustic charm, but they are also a sustainable choice, promoting the use of natural materials. However, keep in mind that regular maintenance may be required to keep them vibrant and intact, as dried flowers can be delicate. Transform your fairy garden into an enchanting eco-haven with hollowed acorn decorative items. These tiny treasures, easy to source and fully biodegradable, offer a charming aesthetic without harming the planet. While they elegantly blend into any fairy tale setting, their durability is limited, so they may need replacing over time. This natural cycle, however, reinforces the beauty of ephemeral, sustainable designs. Enjoy crafting your own miniature furniture or whimsical ornaments that tell a story of eco-conscious creativity. Imagine dressing up your fairy garden with pinecone ornaments, affordable yet enchanting. Easily found in backyards, pine cones can be transformed into miniature trees or charming fairies with just a splash of paint and a pinch of creativity. However, remember, they might not withstand harsh weather, so place them in sheltered spots. Stepping away from plastic figurines, earth-friendly painted stones offer a charming alternative for fairy garden enthusiasts. These natural elements integrate seamlessly into your garden while minimizing environmental impact. Plus, using soy or milk-based paints ensures that your creative expression leaves no harmful residues. Sure, they might take a tad longer to dry, but isn't the extra weight worth it for the sake of our planet? Salvaged metal isn't just for scrapyards, it's gold for your eco-friendly fairy garden. Imagine turning rusty spoons or old washers into charming fairy slides, blending whimsy with sustainability. While this approach champions reuse, ensuring the metal is smooth and safe for delicate fairy visitors is a must. This blend of creativity and environmental care not only spruces up your garden, but also strikes a chord with green-thumbed enthusiasts, constantly searching for eco-gentle choices. Creating mini living walls with succulents injects a touch of resilient beauty into any fairy garden. These drought-tolerant plants require minimal care, thriving in small spaces and providing a lush, green backdrop for your whimsical fairy setups. Plus, their variety in color and texture adds visual depth. However, be mindful of their sunlight needs to ensure they flourish without overpowering the delicate elements of your fairy tales. Choose to adorn your fairy garden with feathers and shells, tapping into nature's gallery for decor that whispers tales of the beach and forest. This approach not only recycles found items, but also reduces waste, presenting an eco-friendly twist to garden art. Though stunning, ensure these items are ethically sourced and not from endangered species, maintaining nature's balance. Switch up your fairy garden with organic cotton fairy hammocks, an eco-friendly twist that's both charming and kind to the planet. Crafted from natural fibers, these hammocks provide a whimsical resting spot for your fairy figures, blending seamlessly into the garden's mystical theme. While slightly higher in price, their durability and environmental footprint more than justify the investment. They champion sustainability, offering a soft nook for fairies without harming the earth. Glass terrariums offer a reusable solution for those enchanted by the allure of miniature indoor gardens. Not only do these transparent vessels provide a visual showcase for your creativity, but they also reduce waste by serving multiple life cycles of plant arrangements. However, keep in mind that they require careful placement to avoid excessive direct sunlight, which can harm the delicate ecosystem inside. So, why not give your green space a magical touch? Sustainable fairy gardens are not just enchanting, they're smart and kind to our planet too. Consider using local plants which thrive naturally or repurpose materials that add charm without harming the earth. Are you ready to create a little haven that tells a story and protects the environment? Imagine your delightful fairy garden sparking conversations about sustainability. By choosing eco-friendly options, you're not just crafting a whimsical retreat, but also demonstrating a commitment to environmental care. Gather those fallen twigs, pebbles, and seeds. Your fairy garden awaits its eco-conscious transformation.